for the very latest.
What up, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
World,
Facebook? Listen to the sound of my voice. I have a cool way for y'all to get free merch from us and support the channel at the same time. So this is what you got to do. All you got to do is, first of all, subscribe to the channel. Click. Don't cost you no money, right? Just click. Hit the bell.
Yep.
Free, right? That's step number one. Step number two, leave a comment. It don't matter what you leave. It could be the letter C. It could be the fire emoji. It could be the crown. Whatever emoji you want to leave on there, just leave an emoji. Step three is up to us. All we're going to do, we're going to put you on the drawing that. Listen, you can put your name in on as many videos as you want. The more videos you leave a comment on or emoji, whatever you want to leave, the more times you get added in the drawing, right? We're going to draw your name and we're going to send you the merch. Simple as that. Real easy. All you got to do, follow those steps and we will send you some merch, all right?
Subscribe for the very latest.
My pen is the paintbrush, notepad the easel. Been painting with a twist before, sipping with my people. Stacking lines, equal sign, this verse is the prequel to the man you hear before you flowing through your speakers. Therapeutic, these rhymes help me fight my evils. Pop's dead, brother in the hellhole, hot head. Wrote a song about it, like the head go. We are live and living color, let your paintbrush flow. Now go.
Wow. So, all right. So we're gonna get into some sports real quick. Speaking of random video, so one day I was coming across this video, right? And I guess the debate. It wasn't really a debate at the time, but it was just something that was, I guess, brought up. Who's better? Hakeem Olajuwon or Tim Duncan? Right now, before we even get into it, I think these gotta be like the stats right here of Hakeem Olajuwon and Tim Duncan. Now, 2 championships. I think Tim Duncan got one more MVP than Olajuwon. Let me see, we got 5 all NBA to his 4 all NBA.
Yep.
He got 5. I mean, this is Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan got 5 all defensive to Hakeem Olajuwon's 3. Right? So, I mean, now, so those are the stats that y'all can see. I was kind of like a quick run through of the stats. Now, let's hear from a person who actually played with both of them.
They had nobody that could guard Dream. They had nobody that could guard Dream. I'm gonna say that twice because Dream was just that dominant, and I did that because when we played San Antonio one time, Tim was killing me in the block, and Phil refused to double team Tim to get the ball in his hand, and Dream is 20 times better than Tim Duncan. And then Vernon Maxwell was the craziest dude you ever want to see on the court.
Did I hear that right?
He was in Michael Jordan. So, and I would lock Scott. Well, Scott did it. I would tell Scott right to his face, I'll lock you up, dude. So it'd have been a match. It'd been a good series. And
Scotty's on the show tomorrow, so we'll be playing that for him. Do you want to comment on that, Steven?
Shout out to Tim Duncan, man. I thought I heard somebody say your name 20 times. I don't know about that.
See, I played with both. I know the work ethic of both. So I've seen it live, and you've seen what.
Wait, did you just take a shot at Tim Duncan's work ethic?
No, I'm just saying. I know, like, Kobe's is the best ever that I've ever seen out of everybody. And I've seen these two guys in the gym. I know what Dream brought to practice. I know what Tim brought to practice. I know Tim, he brought work ethic to practice, but it's an extra level. To be a superstar, you have to go to the extra level. I'm not saying Tim's not a superstar, but I'm saying what Dream brought to the game is amazing. I don't think people understand how good Olajuwon was because here's the thing. I always tell people you judge a player by what they cannot do. Who would you want at the free throw line at the end of the game, Dream or Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan.
Hey,
you go 85%. Or you gonna go with 70% from the free throw line?
Do you want to weigh in with the truth here?
Dream was awesome. Dream was unbelievable, but he was not 20 times better than Tim Duncan.
I'm saying that because you don't want Tim on the free throw line at the end of a game. If you're down, you do not want him on the free throw line.
Dream is lucky Jordan retired. You would only have 5 rings if Jordan didn't retire.
Let me just say this. You're lucky you got yours because if Manu Ginobili would have did the things he was supposed to do, I would have had probably like 10 championships. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't get no more. You ain't got no more fingers, bro. You ain't got no more fingers, bro.
So the man who played with Hakeem Olajuwon and Tim Duncan says that he's 20. Hakeem Olajuwon is 20 times better than Tim Duncan. Your thoughts?
I think he's true. I think he's telling the truth. I mean, awards and accolades do not, although they're nice, but that doesn't define actual player. I mean, you don't know. There's other circumstances that could be out of their control. I mean, it could be what kind of team that they're dealing with at the time. So, the accolades are nice, but it doesn't define and say who necessarily all the time what a player is capable of, or if that just because they got the awards and accolades, if that makes them a better player than somebody else. I mean, I think in this case, there's been a whole bunch of examples to prove that the proof is in the pudding, that they've seen both players play and they'll be able to tell their take on it too.
Now, keep in mind before you go, Chuck, Hakeem Olajuwon is my favorite player of all time. Right? Like there's y'all could keep y'all Jordan. I love Jordan and I watched Jordan, but y'all can keep Jordan and everybody else, your LeBron. I love Hakeem Olajuwon. Like that's my favorite player. So I'm a little biased, just a little bit. But go ahead, Chuck. You go if you finish. I'm sorry.
Man, I've been struggling with this ever since the topic has been broached, bro. Because when you're talking about like you compare players, you're trying to keep the criteria the same. You're trying to put stats in the equation. You're judging impact. You're trying to verify error, and you making comparison to their counterparts. So let me go back to this video though, because Robert Horry, I know he played with both of them. I don't know if he was adding a little more sauce than he probably should have.
Can we talk about that jacket too? Can we talk about I don't know, what was tacos? What was that on?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, that's his style.
Listen, Horry is an interesting cat by default. So, but when he went on that ledge and talking about 20 times better, that's when I was like, okay, now he done went into that.
He could be overdoing it.
And he went to that Skip Bayless playbook. Like, hey,
he could be overdoing it.
You going too far, bro. Come on back to the reality of things.
He could be overdoing it.
Well, we like with the stats, it's pretty comparable. Like from our points per game, Timmy edges them out in rebounding, but Olajuwon, comes in on the steals and the blocks per game, especially when it comes to playoffs. Even though Timmy has more chips, it's 5-2.
Yeah.
In total. I would have to give it to Olajuwon slightly because another thing I take into consideration is like if I had to play either one, who I'd rather play against. And if I wake up and I gotta play Timmy, I know Timmy's gonna be fundamentally sound, but he don't necessarily like I know it's like oatmeal. You know it's gonna be good for you.
Oh goodness, there we go again.
But it ain't gonna be no sauce to it. It's just gonna be what it is, right? So when you talk about Olajuwon, you might be on a poster of some sort. You're gonna get hit with the dream shake a few times. You got
that fadeaway.
Nervous.
Ooh, that fadeaway, bro. That fadeaway was nasty. I love it.
When I saw him do the Shaq with Shaq should have sent that man something, because I'm like, bro, you hit me with the dream shake 3 or 4 times, baseline. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll have to say Olajuwon, but it's closer than most people think, because again with Timmy, because he don't talk. Most people don't even know what his voice sounds like.
Nah, I can't tell you what his voice sounds like.
Right.
Once.
Don't even know what his voice sounds like. So you like, man, he just gonna fly under the radar. But when you look at his body of work, it's like, man, he played for almost 20 seasons, and Mr. Consistency. Every 5 years, he's winning a chip.
Right. I mean, listen. And hey, listen, and everybody knows, like I said, like I tell y'all know I'm a big Hakeem Olajuwon fan. But I mean, I'm on record as saying that Tim Duncan is very dry.
You're on record for saying that Tim Duncan is the R&B, is the Brian McKnight of basketball.
Yes.
Unfortunately. And it just goes along with what Chuck said, saying that he's oatmeal. You should go. That's messed up. Y'all just
hey, dog. Listen.
Why y'all hating on this
listen.
man?
It's not hate.
It's hating on that man.
No, he's dry. He's dry. Like
I didn't know Brian McKnight was dry in R&B terms.
That's
I didn't
what
know.
he said. That's what he said. You see how messed up that sounds? It sounds really messed up.
I didn't see that one coming. I didn't.
Listen.
See, Tino has the fact that he has a way of just making things just worse than what it is. He makes it sound worse than what it is. If you got punked, he makes it sound like it's the worst thing ever, and he does it in just a sarcastic way. But it's just really bad. Come from him.
Listen, I listen. All right, so hold up, because I don't think
break that down. All
right, so listen. First, all right, so I'm gonna break down 2 things. One,
what?
I don't know if Tim Duncan. I don't know if Hakeem Olajuwon is 20 times better than Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's like over exaggerated. But
I'm gonna give him 10. I'm gonna give him 10 though.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him 10 though.
Chuck with the big sigh.
I'm gonna give him 10. Like I said, I'm biased. I'm on record as saying that I'm biased, so I'm gonna give him 10. Because my thought process is that it's not how many awards you get, is how you did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing: if we in a race and we running the same pace, but you won the race backwards, like you ran it, you running the race backwards. You better than me because you ran that race. Who gonna run the race backwards? You know what I'm saying? Tim Duncan is plain Jane, right? Hakeem Olajuwon is bust down. You got the plain Jane watch. Now Hakeem Olajuwon is shining. He's shining. He's shooting 3-point shots. He dunking on people. He's just doing it with style. You know what I mean? Like that's just now. Granted, hey, Hakeem Olajuwon. Tim Duncan won a lot of championships. Played a long time.
It got him along. It got him to where he is now. I mean, the sad thing is that he's not mentioned in anybody's conversation when they start talking about top players. He's there where he's not.
He's there.
He's passing, bro.
But
he's there, like down past the top 15.
I mean, but once again, it goes to what I just said. It's not about how many awards you got, and all. It's about how you did it. That's what sticks in people's minds. You know what I'm saying?
He did it the straight and narrow. That's all he did.
Yeah, straight and narrow don't make it.
It made it for him.
Listen, but that's the thing. It was a perfect marriage because with Greg Pop, he needed somebody like that. He didn't need nobody with the extra sauce. You know what Tim Duncan's like? Tim Duncan's like that Subaru, man. That Subaru, it gonna last 20 years. You just gotta do the regular maintenance on it. But ain't nobody checking for a Subaru.
Nobody. Nobody knew who the name Subaru. Like, why? If you go buy a brand new Subaru, right, and then you pull it into the driveway. I mean, it look nice. Like, yo, what is that, son? That's a Subaru. Okay. Okay. Right. Subaru. Cool. Reliable. Get you gonna last for a long time.
Oh my goodness, the reliable bit. That's in. If you know Tino, that's code for dig. It's a dig. It's a dig.
How,
that is a dig.
How's a dig? He's
it's a
reliable.
Dig. It says reliable. 100%.
He is.
That's
if you put maintenance on that car, it's gonna last for a long time.
You know what, Trey? You I ain't gonna say you own or something, but you might be slightly because okay. So if somebody start off with a superlative of you, say, man, you know what, you reliable. We're like, damn, that's the best you can come up with, fam.
Exactly. You're like,
what top thing?
Who says that? If you're trying to name the best qualities of somebody, the first thing you're gonna say is, no, he's reliable.
I'm gonna tell my wife, listen, man, I love you. You are reliable. I can count on you. When really? I can listen, when things are down, you always gonna come through, right? That's it. Look.
So you gonna tell your wife the first thing that come out of your mouth when you're naming the best things of her. You know what? She's reliable. That is a great quality. Nobody in a says woman. That. That's not the first thing that they say. No,
he gonna change that up. He ain't gonna say reliable like you come through in the clutch. It sounds better with that way. Can't say just reliable.
And listen, Tim Duncan does too. But it's done. But it's done in a very ashy, dry, like it's plain.
When you describe Kobe Bryant, what is the first words that come to your mind when you first describe Kobe Bryant?
Man, there's no words to describe Kobe.
He said a dog.
There's no words in this world to describe Kobe. Like,
so you dog. Like he I mean about a dog. He just like, you know, when you play sports, right, you're gonna have one or two cats on the team, hopefully, that you can just, if stuff hits the fan, he ain't going nowhere. He gonna meet the challenge, and he about that life. Like he ain't about to play. He ain't messing around with it. And that was Kobe. When every story you hear about Kobe, he owns some other stuff. Like, whatever you doing, I'm taking this to the nth degree. When you sleep, I'm practicing. Like, okay, this is one scenario, and that actually, I don't know when it comes out. The Redeem Team. It's coming out, I think, on Netflix.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Bruh, you know how crazy Kobe was? He said, I'm gonna run through my teammate's chest on this first play. Paul Gasol is playing in Spain. They play in the first game, and think about it. Gasol and Kobe are teammates with the Lakers.
Yeah.
And Dwayne Wade was like, Kobe told Dwayne Wade, hey, bro, he said, they gonna run this pick and roll, and Paul Gasol gonna be the last player I'm gonna contact. I'm gonna run through his effing chest.
Dang, they're serious with it.
And Dwayne was like,
Kobe didn't go to college.
No, he didn't. He was like,
the NBA was his college. So
the aspects of graduating straight from high school, he was one of those young prospects.
But that's the thing, though. That's Kobe. Come on, son. You mentioned Kobe and Tim Duncan and saying it's not a comparison.
But I'm saying I just bring it up because the first words that come to your mind when you're trying to describe Kobe is not going to be, he was a good player.
Yeah, because
you're gonna say something.
It's the way he did it.
You're gonna say something exponentially, like he was more than just reliable.
At the end of the day, Tim Duncan will always be an afterthought to those who did it in a way that you remember. It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can say that he's better than Olajuwon's better than him. You know what I'm saying? So that's, but I mean,
you're right, Trent. You're right, Clint. I think the thing is, it's the way, it's the packaging.
Exactly. It is
because you're gonna have like you're gonna have two kind of the same relative impact, or I should say outcomes. Like you start comparing like stats, you kind of the same ballpark. You know, you can nitpick, all day. It's just the packaging, because when you actually hear stories about Tim Duncan though, he does it in a way you just like you don't see it coming. Because if you ever go YouTube Kevin Garnett's story about Timmy is talking trash in a way that you can't respond. He talking trash in short codes. Like he like, nope, try again. Yeah, maybe next time. He talking that talk. But he ain't finna be responding to you. He ain't cussing you out.
And he did the same thing to Jordan. He did the same thing to Jordan. How'd that work out?
Who did the Jordan?
I heard he did the same thing to Jordan.
Oh, you talking about Kevin? Oh, yeah, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin talked to everybody, but Mike. He got on that back leg.
Right.
He said, man. He said we was up by 2, now we're down by 20.
Dang. Because this
Jordan hit him with that. He said, "Oh, you talking?"
So Michael Jordan, Jordan, thank you for giving giving Olajuwon them 2 chips. We appreciate you for retiring and giving us those 2 chips. But in the comments, let us know what you think. Man, you know what? Also, man, if you stepped in this podcast and you did not like, subscribe, or do anything, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be. Like you should. You are a hater. You're a hater. So, but to redeem yourself, go in and like it, subscribe, do all of that stuff, because we deserve it. That's the saying. We deserve it.
Subscribe for the very latest.